So I've gone in off this trend line here, hoping for a bit of a push long. Plenty of support here, plenty of support here. Super consolidation here, and then we've had a nice push long. So obviously the next resistance level would be here. I mean here as well, obviously. So this could just be a stop loss hunt. Obviously I'm managing this somewhat. It'd be nice to get a little 500 quid out of it. Like to break all these zones here. Round number here, 16,600. I mean, sometimes there's nothing wrong with taking these little 200 quids. Obviously, if we don't like what we're seeing, we come retesting here. I'm going to get out straight away. But again, there could be buy orders in and around this area here. Bearing in mind it's a solid... Excuse me, I've got a terrible cold. Equally, if I don't like this profit here, and I don't like the trade, I'll get out. Plenty of resistance in and around this zone here. Right. Wicked off here. Pushing it ever so slightly, but here we go, that's what we do. So obviously we've had this sell-off early in the year, Tuesday, for the best part of 2 weeks. Nice bit of profit coming in now. But we scalped it back to 2,600. Just being super careful with this, guys, because I've got 4 grand to go, so hopefully this week we should be funded on there. This one's looking a bit grim now. That's why I like my scalping. But if we take the loss, we take the loss. Ideally, I would have liked this to break out up here and then retest it and then gone in. So I've gone in reasonably small with the £25 per point. So you're wanting to break all of this area. And then I'll add to it, you see. So a bit of a test trade. Oh, that's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. So last week, sorry, this morning, this was the high before we sold off. The Asian session was 2.5% down. This I've already marked it out and put it on the chat. There we go. I'm gonna break this and I'll add on my funded account. Not much in the way of data this week, I believe. There we go, that's what we was after. So tested this resisting trend line again. Notwithstanding the fact it could be a nasty fake, could pull us all the stop loss hunts here. The old buy side and sell side. However, we do keep making higher highs and then do break this and then retest this, I'll be a lot more confident in the trade. See, this is why sometimes it's handy to scalp, because I've had 300 quid for the day there on not a lot of, on 20 grand worth of margin. But I'm not liking these rejections. So a lot of my trading is or can be one-to-one risk to reward, which I know not a lot of people would say that's a winning strategy, certainly on this trade, when I could have taken £300 on a live trade. However, because I'm scalping the market numerous times, I can lose one trade and lose potentially here £300, or would have gained £300. But if I do that 5 times, yeah, stopped out. If I do that 5 times, but I lose once and I profit on the next 4, I'm essentially still up, aren't I? I've had 4 winning trades out of 1 loss, even as a one-to-one risk to reward. So I suppose in hindsight, I should have taken the £300 and then potentially have shorted this, given the fact that we're coming in the resisting trend line. So 1 loss for the morning. So I've gone in again. Perhaps the stop loss was a little tight, and I've gone in larger, twice the size, because I'm still confident in the setup. So much so I've just gone in on my FTMO account, just done a £100 profit. Obviously there's a 2-hour difference here, so anyway, nevertheless, reasonably well. So yeah, sometimes what I do with my first trade is I'll go in reasonably small and then add. You know, if I'm still confident in the setup, I'll go in twice the size. So yeah, basically as per the first losing trade, where I should probably give it a wider stop. I mean, there's an argument saying I could have added to it as well, added to the losing trade, because I was confident in the setup. Not that I'm just following losses. I mean, we're going to pretty much lock in a break even here, or at least cover the losses from the previous trade. But again, the account is reasonable. There's 150 in there. I mean, if I took the 1,000, I'd be £700 up for the day. But we're struggling to break that resistance zone. As soon as we do, I'm hoping for a nice push long. I mean, I don't see any reason why we can't get to 17.6. Should we break all these resistance zones here. Nice to have taken the 1,000 as per my scalping strategy. We just don't want to see, like I said, pre-market. This was your Asian opening. Obviously we had the sell-off. Tell you what, I'm going to close this, guys. Still fairly confident in the setup, but it could be a slow burner, so there's no point being on the charts overly much. And there she goes, of course. But anyway, £700 up-ish for the day. I'll post the results. Thank you very much. So we're still bouncing off this trend line, struggling for resistance, topped off by some steak, eggs and a bit of porridge. So the results are up here. And that's us for a Monday morning.